Herbs from your garden are best utilized fresh, but there are usually more than you can use in a season. That is where understanding how to dry herbs comes in. Air drying is not only the simplest and most cost-effective technique to dry fresh herbs, but it can also help keep the herbs' essential oils, preserving their flavor. Air drying is appropriate for herbs with low moisture content, such as bay, dill, angelica, marjoram, oregano, rosemary, summer savory, and thyme. To preserve the greatest flavor of these herbs, either let them dry naturally or use a food dehydrator. A microwave or a low-temperature oven may appear to be a quick shortcut, but they do cook the herbs to some extent, reducing the oil content and flavor. Use these appliances as a last resort. Basil, chives, mint, and tarragon are examples of herbs with succulent leaves or a high moisture content that can be preserved by drying them in a dehydrator. Nevertheless, freezing them will maintain their flavor the best. It's simple to accomplish and much faster than drying. What you will need: equipment and tools. Pruners or garden scissors. Airtight containers. Strings or rubber bands. Materials: paper bag. Container labels. Paper towels. Instructions for drying herbs. Gather the clippings you want to dry. Shake the branches lightly to get rid of any insects. There are always hitchhikers, and because you won't be properly washing the stems, get rid of as many as you can right away. If you harvested your herbs when the plants were dry, you should be able to shake off any excess soil. Rinse with cool water if required, then wipe dry with paper towels. The herb branches should be hung or laid out in an area with good air circulation so they can dry fast. Wet herbs will mold and decay. Remove the lower leaves from the last inch or two of the stem. These leaves can be used fresh or dried separately. Remove any dry or damaged leaves from the chopped herbs at this time. Yellowed and diseased leaves are unsuitable for drying. The season's stress has already affected their flavor. Tie 4 to 6 stems together to form a bundle. You can use a rubber band or a string. The bundles will shrink as they dry, and the string will loosen, so check the bundles occasionally to ensure they are not slipping. If you want to dry herbs with a high water content, construct little bundles so that air can pass between the branches and they don't rot. Though this step is optional, some people find that using paper bags helps to dry the herbs faster and more thoroughly. Punch or snip holes in a paper bag, then insert the coiled herbs inside upside down. Secure the bag by wrapping one end around the bundle and securing it closed. Make sure the herbs are not crowded in the bag. Label the bag with the name of the herb you're drying. The oldest method of drying herbs is to hang a bunch upside down in a warm, airy room and let nature to do the work. How to keep herbs in storage. Once you've finished drying, discard any dried herbs that exhibit even the slightest hint of mold. It will only spread. Store dried herbs in airtight containers. Small canning jars work well. Zippered plastic bags also work. Your herbs will retain more taste if you store the leaves whole and crush them when ready to use. Label and date the containers. Keep containers in a cool, dry area out of direct sunlight. Amber-colored canning jars are designed to hide sunlight. How to use dried herbs. To use your herbs in cooking, simply remove a stem and crumble the leaves into the saucepan. You should be able to loosen the leaves by sliding your hand along the stem. To replace 1 tablespoon of fresh herbs, use around 1 teaspoon of crumbled dried leaves. Dried herbs are most effective when utilized within a year. As your herbs lose color, they also lose flavor.